morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to have a little bit of a chat about a very, very exciting new product which is coming out in Japan. It's one we learned about a while ago, and there is a lesson to be learned here about making presumptions and telling people it's true when you don't actually know it's true. So what we've got here is the long-rumoured special deck set Charizard V Star versus Rayquaza V Max. And first two things we need to note right off the bat here. Yes, it comes with a new print of Charizard V Star. Yes, it comes with a new print of Rayquaza V Max. And the second thing we need to note is, yeah, they're not shiny. These aren't shiny Pokemon. Now, there was a reason to believe that they might be shiny Pokemon. Absolutely there was. Because the description of this, the name of this initially, sounded kind of similar to another product we'd seen in the past, which was to say the Zacian and Zamazenta versus Eternatus set. And that set did come with shiny versions of both Zacian V and Zamazenta V. Although worth noting, it did not come with a shiny version of Eternatus, just with your shiny Zacian and Zamazenta. However, we were never told that the Rayquaza and Charizard in this box were going to be shiny, and when I told you about this product in the past, I was extremely careful with what I told you. What I told you was that there was a chance they were shiny because the description sounds like this old set, which had shiny Pokemon, but there was no guarantee that they were shiny, and we shouldn't just assume they are shiny. And I know there were a lot of rumours floating around that they were going to be shiny, and I got a lot of messages from people, and I mean a lot of messages from people, telling me, no, Wossy, they are going to be shiny. I've heard they're definitely going to be shiny, and oh look, they're not shiny. So the message here is quite simple. Be super, super careful when we hear about these new products in advance before they're actually revealed. Be really careful with what you say and what you confirm. Because there was always a chance they were going to be shiny. It wasn't a terrible prediction that they were going to be shiny. There was reason, absolutely, to believe that they were going to be shiny. But saying that it was confirmed or that they were definitely going to be shiny, that was always wrong, ladies and gentlemen. That was never confirmed. So with that borne in mind, what do we get? Well, we've got ourselves a reprint of the Charizard V from Brilliant Stars, and we've got ourselves an alternate art reprint of the Charizard V Star from Brilliant Stars, or Starbirth as they were over in Japan. Now, they're not new cards, and like I say, the Charizard, it's a new artwork, but you'll notice that in terms of effect, it's exactly the same. 130 damage, if there's any damage counters on, it does 100 more damage. And 320 with your V-Star power that makes you discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. It is exactly the same. But I think the artwork's cooler. And maybe it's just recency bias. Maybe I just seen this and it's new and it's fancy. But I want this, ladies and gentlemen. I want this. Now, here's a slight problem. And this is a slight problem. I'm not sure how easy this is going to be to get hold of. I told you the other day that I've got a nice little collection going of V-Stars from Japan. And I actually told you that the one thing that might thwart me, probably the most awkward thing to complete in my collection, is going to be the alternate art Lugia V-Star, which is coming in that promo pack that you get for picking up a box of Paradigm Trigger over in Japan. You only get the promo pack in some places, and then you got to try and pull the V-Star, which might have a low pull rate. But I got lucky with a Dragonite from Pokemon Go, so I don't know, maybe I'll be lucky here. Well, now this is another one I need to go and grab, and it's, well, it's a little bit of a pain, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen. I am assuming that this is going to be sold via a lottery over on the Pokemon Center Japan. There isn't a lottery currently up. I've just gone and checked. There is not a lottery that is up there at the moment, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that it probably will be. Hey ho. Now, we also have a straight reprint of the Rayquaza V that for us came around in Evolving Skies, and an alternate art reprint of the Rayquaza V Max that came around in Evolving Skies. Again, we're talking about the exact same card, and I've checked the translations and everything, but there is, well, it's not the exact same card, I suppose, mechanically the exact same card, but there is different artwork, and it's actually kind of interesting here because we've already had an alternate art of that Rayquaza V. We got it a while ago now. We got it as actually a V battle deck. Japan got it as part of a Dragon promotion, but either way, this has been made available both in Japan and over here. So now you've got an alternate art of the Rayquaza V and an alternate art of the Rayquaza V Max, if that's the kind of thing you're into. And that really is the selling point of the set. The alternate art Charizard V Star and the alternate art Rayquaza V Max. And I'm just going to go straight out on a limb here and say, for me, that's enough. That is enough to make me buy this set. Now, it's not the cheapest set ever. It is retailing for 5,500 yen, which is actually sneaky super annoying because if you win the lottery on the Pokemon Center to buy this, basically you win the lottery and then they immediately charge your card. And 6,000 yen is when you get free postage. Otherwise, they charge you 500 yen postage. So they're basically going to charge you 6,000 yen, which is kind of annoying, but hey ho, these things happen. 5,500 yen comes out at $38 or £34, which is not the cheapest thing ever, but yeah, I'm willing to pay it. The good news is you're not just getting the promo cards here, there is a bunch of other stuff as well. So you get yourself 2 deck boxes, one featuring Rayquaza and one featuring Charizard, which is kind of awesome. You get yourself 2 V Star markers. Now, I need to just double check this. It doesn't actually say. These might be acrylic or they might be cardboard. That V Star box I showed you a few times now, the one that you can get the exclusive V Stars of Zacian, Zamazenta, and Rotom, that box does come, each of them does come with a V Star marker, but they're cardboard. They are cardboard V-Star markers, which I'm not 100% sure have actually been released in any products over here. I can't remember, but I might be wrong about that. So they could be acrylic, they could well end up being cardboard, though you have been warned. We've then got coins of Charizard and Rayquaza, which do feature designs we've seen in the past. And there is a playmat as well. Now, it's listed just as playmat. And look, I think it's fair to say it's just going to be a paper playmat. It's not going to be a nice, big, lovely rubber playmat, as much as I would like it to be. No, it doesn't actually say. I can't see any note on the website as to the material. It just refers to playmats generally. If it was a luxury rubber playmat, I think is what they tend to call them in Japan. If it was one of those, it would specifically say. So assume this is just going to be a paper playmat, and that's a little bit sad. And then we've got all the kind of things you would usually expect, like damage counters, etc. We've then got and I love that Google Translate literally translates it as useless counter cases. And useless cases that are included in this product can be stored. I kind of love that. That makes me very happy. They're not useless, they store stuff. So I believe that third case, one on the far left with the slightly zoomed out Charizard, I believe that is your damage counter case to go with your 2 deck boxes. And then you got your storage box to keep it all in. Now, it is interesting to know, I've actually told you about the cards here, the promo cards. It is worth noting, these are full 60-card decks. These are completely full 60-card decks, so there might be other cool stuff in them. The last decks they actually released over in Japan, they released the Zeraora and Deoxys decks, and they had a bunch of cool stuff in. They actually had some new exclusive cards that couldn't be found anywhere else. And they had some lovely reverse holos in as well that you couldn't, that particular holo pattern couldn't be found anywhere else. So, they were kind of cool, right? There might be some other goodies in here. Obviously, when the actual list for these are out, I will share it with you, let you know if there's anything else in there. So there are full 60-card decks. All we know at the moment is reprint of Charizard V Alternate Art V Star, reprint of Rayquaza V Alternate Art V Max. We don't know anything else, but these decks often have cool stuff just kind of slipped in there that you can't get anywhere else. And you still get your 2 deck boxes, and you still get your damage counter case. And then you got the other things like the V-Star marker, the coin, the damage counters, the playmat, which aren't quite as cool. But honestly, 2 cool exclusive deck boxes, 2 cool alternate art cards, bunch of other stuff. I'm in on this, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully they'll do a lottery over on the Pokemon Center, and hopefully I'll do myself a win. These are coming out on Friday the 4th of November, so we should get the full set list for this, the full list for the decks, on Friday the 28th, which is 1 week before then. So I'll be back then to share with you all that lovely news. For now, I want to hear from you guys. Is this the kind of thing you want to be picking up like I do? Or do you think the alternate art Charizard is just not enough? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games and all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts or answer all of your questions. There's a new one going up today, in fact. You can join a Discord to chat Pokemon stuff with us, and you can get shoutouts on the channel, like the lovely Noah Zoldak, who has been a supporter of ours for a while and is a very lovely person. So thank you to Noah for the support and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.